Other countries of the world are working hard to develop their country to be one of the leading countries of the world. Other countries are working hard to develop their educational system. Other countries of the world are working hard to see that their government top other governments of the world. People are putting their country forward, putting their nationality first before their individual interests. It's so painful. It's so shameful that in Nigeria, what you have as the leaders of Nigeria, people who put their own personal interests first, who put their own personal pocket first before the country called Nigeria. Other countries of the world are busy. Someone who built the beaver which Nigeria is trying to use today is someone's brainwork who built that technology to ensure that election riggers and other malpractices are reduced to zero. But Nigeria, instead of them to work to follow the guidelines of the beaver, they choose the other way around. Countries of the world are working hard, calling their country my country. But in Nigeria, what do you have? People of their own selfishness. You see, after this 2023 election that we saw glaring who won the election and they choose to rig it, I've taken it upon myself that no respect for any Nigerian elders, from the president to whoever that it is, so long as we are part of this fraud, so long as you are part of this disgrace, so long you are part of this very criminality that just happened, no respect for any of them. Insult will be the salt that will add to their food on daily basis. Each time I made any video that has to do with Nigeria and her leaders, I will never remove any insult from them. Yes, because it pains to the heart that even our age mothers, our age parents took it upon themselves to vote for someone who they believe at least they will give them a 1/4 of good governance. And these evil leaders, these vampires, these idiots, these morons, this blood-sucking wicked government, this blood-sucking APC, Tinubu and his men choose to rob us our free and fair election, our credible election, for their own selfish interests. If Tinubu can go to this length, buying all the people with billions, buying all the, name them, Wike and the rest of them with billions, tell me what do you think he's going to offer Nigeria? Someone who uses elephant to set a trap, what meat is he expecting to catch? Onye jiri elephant we shionya, kediza odra anozo chere mata. Countries of the world are busy. INEC assured us that the beaver will walk, but he never assured us that his character will fail us. That the beaver will stop election rigging, election malpractices, but they never told us that their own behaviorist beaver will be the master of the rigging. Now they are seeking to reconfigure the beaver for them to use it during the governorship and House of Assembly election. But the question is, Mahmoud Yakub and the rest of the team and the return officers, have they reconfigured their own character? Have they reconfigured their own behavior? Because the problem is not the beaver. The beaver doesn't have any problem. The beaver is not malfunctioning. The beaver never had any problem. It is their own character, their own behavior. That is where the whole evil is being mass-manded. That is where the whole evil is being brought out. It is not the beaver. It is not the technology. It is not the equipment used. It is not even the ad hoc staff, the staff used in the election campaign ground or the polling unit. Those ones are ready to give the result as the result count. Whereas the agents are there present and the vote counted, they will take the record of what has been counted there. But at the collection center, that is where the number one rigging starts. If they are to reconfigure the beaver and whatever they are trying to say? What of their own character? What of their own selfish character? What of their own criminal character have they been able to reconfigure those areas? Stupid idiots, baboons in human form, animals. And tomorrow you want us to be a patriotic citizens. Tomorrow you want us to give you respect. Tomorrow you want us to say good about the country. Whereas your characters is saying bad about the country. And when someone speaks, people say that he speaks Fulani, he speaks treasoning. What more than treason is this? What else can you refer as treasoning? If election conducted where everyone saw, if the international body, the observers observed that the election was being, there was a lot of fraud, there was a lot of malpractices. What else can you refer as treason and Fulani? Now the APC have assembled 12 lawyers, about 6 or more than from the north. The rest are from the south, southwest, and 1 from southeast. Who are renowned lawyers who are good in election cases and so on and so forth. I clap for you. I clap for you, election lawyers, legal practitioners in election cases and whatever, interpretation of laws and constitutional blah 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 blah. Your father. May God punish all of you. Yes. Time to read their pocket. Time to read their pocket. That's why I say that the second most witches and wizard in Nigeria that is refusing Nigeria to grow, refusing to Nigeria to match the standard of the other nations are the barristers, the judicial, the interpreters of the law. These people that have been assembled, they know the truth, they know the fact, but they will choose their pocket in place of the fairness of the citizens. They know the truth, but they will choose to boycott. They will choose to interpret it in a negative way just for them to see that their purse is being enriched and not the masses. They will interpret it in a very wrong way just to suit their principles. Maybe at the end of the day, each of them will be receiving 2 billion. Because none of them will go for 1 billion. None of them will go for 2 million. None of them will go for 3 million. It's from billions. And other associates whom they will bring around. And mind you, I'm not trying to attack Islam here. I'm not trying to attack Christianity here. But the 9% of these lawyers are all Muslims. They are all Islams. And when you talk, they will say that they are the most straightforward persons in their faith. I clap for you, Saint Obis. Just watch out, just see what is going to display as the case commences. There will be the number 2 riggers who will rig this very law. Yes, Yakub Mahmoud and his professors have rigged the election, but the second phase that will rig the main election are the judiciary. These people that have been assembled. No wonder the APs are saying go to court, because they knew what they have planned. They knew they have had their grand plans. And once whoever assumes the power, they can do undo just to cover up their mess. I wait for you to whom I see that they are calling Obi name, say that he's weak, that why can't he fight? Look, Jonathan during his own time said that his ambition doesn't want the blood of any citizens of Nigeria. Just that is the same thing that Obi is trying to apply. He wants to use the legal means to fight for this and not to use violence, which will cause the life of the masses, which will cause the life of people that are campaigning for him, and tomorrow they will say, Obi have cost us our life and so on and so forth. The worst in the whole universe is Nigeria. Nigeria is the worst country I've ever seen in the world, where their judiciary are even more evil, where their judiciary is even more evil than the people.